Whether he said them or not, to me, doesn't matter. Because a real man does not get involved in politics. I've explained this in different videos. When you want to get involved in the political process, we have to raise up political candidates from childhood. Because that's what the other races do. The so-called Jews, Caucasians, Asians, etc., they raise up children from infancy damn near to be political figures, because all a politician is supposed to act as is basically an emissary. Their job is to let the congressional or august body, or whatever you want to call that political body that they have to become a member of what their constituency wants. This is what the base of people that I represent, this is what they want. In order for them to know that, they have to be raised up on how to represent their own from childhood. The only way that that can occur is for our people to have a strong culture. And the only way for our people to have a strong culture is for the men to reassume their role as decision makers, as code makers and code keepers. That's it. We can't look at somebody on TV like a Barack Obama and ever think that he was placed into power as the president to represent so-called black people. That's silly. It's nonsense. This society is a corporation. Every society across the globe is a corporation. That's why they call presidents and prime ministers. They're no longer called kings, because they're not allowed to have royal titles. That means all they are servants. A prime minister, that means that you're the primary servant. A minister is a servant. That's all he is. When you're a president, that means you preside, you sit in. That's it. It comes from the Latin, pre-sedere, right? Sedere means to sit. When you're sedentary, that means that you're sitting. When you preside, that means that you sit before. That's it. So that's what the president does. Of course, he represents the executive branch of the U.S. government, but he just sits in. He has a certain amount of power, just like a high-level administrative assistant or executive assistant has a high level of power. But he reports to people also. That's what the president does. So once again, I'm just trying to help you brothers out there understand what it means to become involved in politics. And it's to Michael Jordan's credit that he chose to stay away from politics, because he understood that that's a dirty game. When I see LeBron James trying to become so interested and grafted into the political world, that tells me that he's a huckster, that he's someone who likes to get over on people, that he likes to represent himself in a false way publicly. That's what that tells me, because that's what politics is all about.
Again, that was just me overlaying some images on my brother's audio or commentary. I couldn't have said it better myself. I hope you brothers learned some things or got a different perspective. If you're interested in watching the full video, it will be in the description below. Check my brother out. He has a well of knowledge for you brothers out there, and he's only kicking that truth.